Skip this. The question on ambiguity. Ambiguity. Bringing the possible meanings that can be captured. I like flying aeroplanes. Explain the meaning. The question, the exam they sat yesterday, where they were given a sentence that is defining and non-defining. It's the same sentence, but only comma separate the two. So that's so much about grammar. So our emphasis is focusing on building on these areas, but also reminding the learners that everything is penalized here. You forget a comma, you're out. If you miss the spelling, you are out. On a light note and a quick one, the area that I handled last, which was the list according to was on the area on comprehension. I don't know why he had that there, but comprehension, this one I'll just make a quick mention of what we have in comprehension. So for the comprehension, emphasis is on understanding the passage. Let's advise our learners to do at least 2 readings or 3. The first one, quick one, to get the glimpse of what's mentioned, the highlight of what's there, and then the second one, a deeper, detailed reading, asking themselves questions and responding to the answers. Let them, as they take time to read fast, get the idea. There will be a question on recall, checking whether they've understood, but there's also going to be a question on recall. Is just easy. You just go there. Question 1 is actually a recall. You just go there and you find. Question 1, the answer is always in paragraph 1. But the second question now will be a little bit detailed because it is focusing on analysis. Sometimes it may be a comprehensive question that will be dealing with analysis or synthesizing the question. Where we are advised, most learners, especially the present trends, the comprehension passages that are given there will not require learner to just table direct answers. They have to flip the arguments. Where if you check the passage, the statement is positive, but from the way the question is said, the learner will require to give a negative to that which has been said. Requires application. Still, there is a question on. Apart from this, there is a question on study skills. Study skill question. Let's remind our learners how to write notes well. To make notes, note making. This is so much about note making and doing the summary. The summary. Our time is much spent, but we can advance to the other question. The last question, which I want to quite mention here, the question on vocabulary. Vocabulary, that's the last question now. The test on vocabulary, they have said, it is so much on applicable understanding of the use of the word, even without the use of the dictionary. And that is what is key there. So that our learners will learn to get meaning from within context. If they're listening to someone talk, they still can decipher the meaning, they can pick out the meaning, even without having to go to the dictionary. For example, okay, his eyes were vacant. Supposing that vacant is the word that the learner has been told to explain the meaning of the word, it has to be applicable within this context. These are eyes now. We may still have the room was vacant. We may still have what he was saying was vacant. It's the same word, but it may not have the same responses. Because in the room was vacant, basically what's the meaning of vacant there? The room was vacant, it was empty. But when we say the speech was, what was saying was vacant, then vacant has changed. It was not just empty, it was meaningless, not making sense. And if the eyes are vacant, the meaning has once again changed there. Not empty, not meaningless, the eyes are possibly expressionless. They are not showing any emotion. So they have to apply the knowledge of that. And still here, guiding principles are what they're writing, it must agree in number and in the tense. You've been an audience that is very tolerant, you're participating, you're making it easy for me to do my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, so that is a wonderful presentation. I just want to add something small. It's not on mainly on the points, but it's an additional point. So we were told in English and literature, that's language and literature, students score most marks from literature. When you check the literary appreciation part, we are having the excerpt and the narrative. They are all literature. You come to paper 3 and you are required to write 3 compositions, 1 imaginative composition and 2 essays. The 2 essays come from literature. And then in paper 1, we are told oral skills is much of literature because it is about performance and all that. So you are encouraged to focus more on literature because language is a few. He said that the total marks, the maximum marks that you can get from there is about 13%. But then the other marks come from the literature part. Thank you.